NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
The county has identified 4 new outbreaks of COVID-19 over the last week. One of them is at a local restaurant that recently reopened. There's also a new case connected to a recent protest. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Mark Mullen. So the county won't name the restaurant or say, in fact, where it's located. In the past, the county has cited privacy reasons, and there's only a need to give specific details like location, they say, if there was an immediate and ongoing threat to public health. But we'll keep asking. An outbreak includes 3 or more positive cases in one location. The county says today it opened investigations at an unnamed restaurant and an office building. In recent days, there have also been outbreaks declared at a church, an unauthorized restaurant, and a party. As for that new positive case connected to a recent protest, officials also won't say where that happened. They only said this.
If we need to issue a press release to let people know about the outbreaks, we will do that. But at this time, we are still under, that particular case is still under investigation and was just reported today.
Okay, so if there are 7 outbreaks over a 7-day period, that would trigger a modification of public health orders, and rules could change again. Right now, the county is asking everyone to please stay vigilant. As for the numbers today, 132 more local residents tested positive for COVID-19. That is out of 6,384 tests, the single highest total number yet. That's a 2% positive test rate. In total, there are 9,130 cases. 6 new deaths were also reported, bringing the total to 313 deaths in San Diego County. After 3 months of being closed down, many gyms are back open across San Diego County. Cali for Fitness in Bay Park opened its doors today with new guidelines. They're checking temperature, spraying the bottoms of members' shoes, not using shared spaces. They've also created 6 by 6 foot boxes to work out in. Studios offering daily classes in person and still online.
I think it'll help put people's minds at ease, given the uncertainty. Some people aren't ready to come back to the gym yet. So this way, they still aren't, lapsing in service.
The gym is requiring members to wipe down each station after use, then it is cleaned again by one of the owners before a new class starts. They've also hired a professional cleaning crew to disinfect daily. San Diego Pride is speaking up in solidarity with Black Lives Matter and asking local law enforcement to make changes. San Diego police usually march in the Pride Parade and have a booth at the festival. And although this year's parade is canceled, organizers say SDPD officers will not be welcome to march or participate in next year's parade if they say sufficient changes have not been made.
It's time to pause in some of the ways that we engage with law enforcement and really listen to the voices of the LGBTQ Black community who have been asking for this to happen for a long time.
The San Diego Police Department told NBC7 it is disappointed with the decision because, quote, further divide is not what we need at this critical time. It says it will focus on reviewing recommendations to continually strengthen community partnerships. A San Diego biotech company claiming to have found the first antibody for COVID-19 is now being sued. You may remember last month we covered the claims that Sorento Therapeutics had made a cure for COVID. Now, stockholders are suing the company and owner for making false claims about a possible cure. The company claimed it had found the first antibody so effective that it could even be used as a standalone therapy. We reached out to Sorento Therapeutics for comment. We have not heard back just yet. As public pools start to reopen, there are some precautions you should be taking if you are concerned about being exposed to COVID-19. The CDC says right now there's no evidence the virus can spread from person to person in water, in pools, hot tubs, or splash parks. Researchers say disinfectants like chlorine should kill the virus. The real risk, they say, is the crowd you might encounter. So just remember physical distancing, wash your hands frequently, and stay home if you are not feeling well. So what about pool weather this weekend? Dagmar is going to join us with your forecast right after this quick break.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe is open to provide customers with repairs and services. We have taken additional measures to keep our customers and technicians safe. We will continue to provide San Diego with trusted, exceptional service.
Because we know how.
We are looking at a beautiful Saturday. It will be the coolest day of the weekend, although both days pretty decent for you to head out to the beaches. Know that the coastal zones will see just a few clouds mixed in there, low 70s for you there. Inland valleys, you're now, rather than the upper 80s, you're in the mid to the upper 70s. Again, mostly sunny skies. Mountains, you're looking at about the upper 60s, so pretty decent day in store for you there. Mostly sunny skies as well. Deserts, your cool down comes at the expense of some westerly winds pushing through the region. So you're finally, though, out of the low 100s and into the upper 90s. So enjoy your Saturday. Sunday, a little bit warmer. And then as we head into the next work week, another warm up in store for us. But for now, Saturday, beautiful.
Among all of the reopenings, today is one of San Diego's most popular destinations. The first phase of reopening Balboa Park kicked off today. Right now you can walk around and enjoy the park's scenery while wearing a face mask and staying 6 feet apart. The only museum that is open right now is the Air and Space Museum, although the other cultural institutions remain closed. The Balboa Park Conservancy says it is still a big day for the park and for San Diegans.
Today is really, I think, sort of a hopeful moment and kind of a beacon of hope for everybody. You know, it reminds people how much we value places like Balboa Park, how important it is for our own kind of mental health and wellness and sense of community spirit.
The rest of the museums will be reopening on their own schedules over the next several weeks. We'll let you know when we do. Another opening people can look forward to this weekend, and this is going to be really cool, is eating on the streets and sidewalks of Little Italy. Several streets will be closed tomorrow, including the main drag India Street from Ash to Grape Streets, and also Date and First Streets between Kettner Boulevard and Columbia. That's from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Since you've been locked down, it's time to get out of the house. You know, have some fun. But like I said, still keep your mask on and still keep 6 feet away. That's it. It's just common sense.
At least 20 restaurants are taking part, including Bolton Brewery, Farmer's Table, and Ironside Fish and Oyster. That's going to do it for our nightly check-in. Before we sign off, check out the new episode of Insight. Our Investigates team sits down with Amari Johnson, who was at the center, you'll remember, of a controversial police video that led to the La Mesa unrest. Hear his take on the ordeal that garnered national attention. I'm Mark Mullen. Be safe, have a great weekend, and a good night.